that time where I get to talk to the coolest people, you, on the planet. This is MX24, MX Live, of course, bringing you nothing but the best in discussion, conversations, agreements, a lot of disagreements, and everything that has to do with the industry, the culture. I always say, the culture has to do with everything, how we look, how we present ourselves, the music we make, the artists behind the music, those who cover the music, and the movies, and everything else, so to speak. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I promise you, for the next hour, nothing but interesting stuff coming up. Send me messages at MX24GH on every single platform and at the hashtag MXLive. Stay tuned in. Quick commercial break. Once again, I promise you, it's going to be a very, very exciting show. Stay tuned. Please send me messages, guys. I enjoy your feedback more than anything at MX24GH on every single platform. And you can also talk to me at JasonEL_A. Very easy to find. I'm on all platforms. Please, please stay as interactive as possible. Let me know what you think pertaining to the stuff we're talking about, and even wider scopes. Is there anything else you want us to discuss? We're here for you because we're in the business, and we know you guys enjoy the business. As always, I have guests come through, but today I have this fine gentleman. Mr. Adam, how are you doing?
Chairman, I'm doing great.
Charlie, we're talking about money off air, and you said you were willing some stuff to me. So now whenever I see you, Momo number is coming, then you send to me.
No shaking.
No shaking.
As every day, dear Charlie. You know the fear.
You know the fear. How's your, Monday, Tuesday, how's the week started off for you? Any interesting stuff?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Normally I don't like Mondays because of the stress which comes with the weekend. So when it's Monday, you go to the office tired. But Mondays are the days I work a lot at the office because I want to finish with most of my stories and, have less work to do in the coming days so that I can relax. So,
Okay, so in general, behind the scenes, how's the industry looking to you? Actors involved, artists, you guys who give the stories and the information, how's it looking?
I would say the industry is taking shape because, from 2020, 2021, some part of 2021, we were hit, or we are still in the clutches of COVID-19. And, latter part of 2021 and 2022, that is where most of the restrictions were, loosened. So I would say that it's like you go to a hospital and you've been taken out of the hospital, you are recuperating. So I would say the industry is recuperating, and from what the indications, it tells us that the December, which is like the cocoa season, is going to be exciting because I've seen Afrochella asking vendors to bring
December,
their things.
And I think we've spoken about this off air. Do you think this December, looking at what happened, there was the lockdown, before that we had a lot of events, the return, do you think this December is going to be as exciting or even more so than the previous ones? Is it looking like that?
I see this December going to be more exciting because the previous December, we had a lot of events. People were even happy that it's like in a space of 2 weeks, we had multiple events and every event was sold out. It means that we are going to build on these successes, which tells us that the picture is big because all analysts, forecasters, look at research done or some things done based on that they project. So if we are to base on what we saw in the last December, it tells us that 2022 December is going to be more exciting.
Nice one. Again, guys,
so we just need to keep the focus.
We have to keep the focus, right? Send us messages. Anything you want to ask him, again, please do. We're going to try and retweet, going to try and respond, even get into our DMs. We don't mind at MX24GH on every single platform. When we talk about events, award shows are part of this. The industry, it's a very big umbrella, I always say. the Ghana National Music Video Awards, Music Awards, National Gospel, sorry,
Yeah.
Ghana National Gospel Music Awards.
Yeah.
Let me be clear on that. It's coming up. This is the inception, right?
This is like the second.
This is the second one.
Second
Okay.
edition.
Let's talk about award shows in general before we get to this. I think that for the gospel fraternity, this is quite good. We're going to get to that more so. Do you think we have too many award shows in Ghana right now? Because now we have a musical award show.
Diaspora ones.
Yeah, we have Ghana, UK, Ghana, US, Ghana, Paris. Sometimes less is more. You know, when there's less of something, it makes it more valuable, so to speak, even in terms of business. Again, you look at award shows, you say, oh no, we're awarding more artists. People are getting more of a platform. There's more projection of what's going on. And like we're speaking, we're going to get more into the Gospel Music Awards. But award schemes in general, is it too many?
Me, I wouldn't say there's too many, because the reason I wouldn't say is that I will look at the positives of having multiple award shows as against the negative. And if I look at the positives, I think that the positives outweighs the negatives. Because, I mean, when you talk about having multiple music award shows in Ghana, what are some of the impacts? I mean, the impacts are into, job creation for those involved in production, job creation for hotels, for, transport sector of the country, and even for artists and their teams, for video vixens, for a lot of people, even artists and carpenters, tailors, designers, fashion designers, because there's a red carpet, people want to look good. So look at the kind of job opportunity and money it pumps into the system. Now, if you look at the diaspora ones, like the GMA UK, GMA France, GMA Dubai, and others, most of us have, growing up, we had pictures of videos or concepts about America, Europe, because of how they were packaged in music videos and movies. So it means that we can use the creative art as a tool to promote tourism. And when you are promoting tourism, it means you are talking about revenue generation. Most of the European countries have been built around tourism because yearly the figures are so huge. And aside that, there is the music business aspect, there is commerce, there is cross-cultural exchange from the foreigners and the indigens. So if you look at all of these, taking the music beyond the borders, getting influencer deals outside Ghana, among others. If you look at all of these positive, that is when the award schemes are executed properly, the positive outweighs the negatives. But where I think they need to buckle up or, lift up their game is when it comes to production. Some of these award schemes, how they do it, it's like SS programs. The kind of stage, the kind of auditorium, and the setting they use.
I get what you're saying from tourism and an employment perspective. But in the creative art space, don't you think we're diluting if we don't have something at the forefront? Because we've all known VJMAs, right? It's been going on for years. Now, if we have other multiple award shows, and big ups award shows like 3 Music Awards, unless you're hiding under a rock, you don't know what's going on. But if it gets to the point where we don't have, again, an award show at the forefront, looking at the creative space, because now it's going to be like, okay, if I'm not Artist of the Year for this award show, maybe there are 3 or 4 more. From a creative perspective, do you think we're going to have a problem in terms of dilution of what it means to win an award?
Oh, I'm not sure, because, if you do the analysis, every year after these events come, if you even look at from the categorization, from the award winners, clearly you see that it's like they are the same. It hasn't changed. And even if you look at just the 2 awards we have, 3 Music and VGMA, it's only this year. Last year, VGMA had a different Artist of the Year. 3 Music had a different Artist of the Year. It's only this year that Kiddy was able to win for both awards. So I think it is always not cast in stone. And my problem has to do with how we package it and how we achieve the goals of promoting the industry. When we veer off from these tenets, that is where it becomes worrying. That is where the dilution comes.
Adam,
where the show, the production is mediocre. The researchers do not do good research. Award winners are not on merit. this is where I will have problem with the dilution.
So,
but if it has to do with the award
Yeah.
scheme, having
Yeah.
a certain focus on achieving that, well, it will be
so
fun.
per packaging. I know we say this and we're saying we're getting there, we're taking the right steps. We want to get to that place where everything seems good, or even better than it is now. Is the packaging good enough? Because I understand that with award shows, everyone is not going to be happy with maybe the winners or the categories. But when it comes to the main events, that's what we see. That's what we sell. You know, it's the numbers and we've even spoken of, if maybe it's not full enough, we shouldn't have pictures because this attracts people to want to see what's going on. The packaging right now, what do you think is wrong with the packaging?
I mean, I think the packaging, a lot of things do not go in. I mean, if you want to talk about the packaging, it has to start with, I mean, promotion is very important. I mean, the kind of promotion they put in, you need to, I've always challenged them, they need to advertise on mainstream media houses, take the artists on promotional tour or interview tours on some of the mainstream media houses in this country. The award schemes are based. I mean, in this, it's going to cut across. You will not be speaking to only indigenes or people from Ghana, but you'll be speaking from people from other countries as well to come and fill the venue. But if you get the promotion wrong, it is why some of them do go for small venues, because they know that they didn't put in enough work for promotion. So maybe they will not get thousands of people coming. So they need to go for a small room and, I mean, mini stage and do this. I mean, if you do that, since you are using the name Ghana, you are misrepresenting, I mean, our industry. So they need to do a lot in terms of artist promotion and even how they get artists there. They will mention the winners and the nominees are not there, the winners are not there to pick up their awards. I mean, they need to improve that because it adds to the packaging. Because if you mention and it has to be somebody from the crowd coming to pick up the award, this award winner, someone from the crowd, it's not helping the packaging. So, I mean, they need to find a balance, taking these artists there and also investing in promotion as well as the production, because it also adds to the packaging. I mean, look at how production, how a lot of investment go into production here in the VGMAs and the 3 Music Awards. So if you want to replicate this, you need to do a tight production, especially where you did. I mean, US,
I like that.
Europe. Our schemes have a certain standard. So you cannot do any mediocre. If you do any mediocre, they'll not pay attention to.
That's the thing, because Adam, we can get up and say we're having an award show. You know, and I probably award you and I award myself. And again, that's the angle which I'm trying to understand what it means to have a lot of award shows in the market. But I also get what you're saying, and I think, like you said, what is good will sell itself. So hopefully, even though more award shows means more winners, more projections, we can focus as an audience and as a people on what we know is going to project the artists the most. Because again, now let's come back to the Ghana National Gospel Music Awards. I mean, for that fraternity, for the culture there, it has to be a good thing, right?
Yeah, it has to be a good thing because, I mean, most of the times, gospel musicians have complained that, and some stakeholders have complained that when it comes to various national music awards like the VGMA, the 3 Music, they are stifled or they are limited in terms of the category. So it's like they mostly have a few categories like Gospel Song of the Year, Gospel Artist of the Year. And when one of them does extremely well, the person goes into maybe Record of the Year, female or male vocalist of the year, or maybe songwriter of the year, or album of the year. But I think that the gospel, the category for just gospel people are limited, just only 2 for all of this. So they think that they need awards like this to be able to expand the gospel, industry. And if you look at this category, this National Gospel Award, it's like the categories are very wide. I mean, they have interesting categories, more than 10 categories. I mean, so this gives them the opportunity to widen the scope in terms of gospel music production. So, I mean, clearly it will inure to the benefit of the artists. However, they have a role to play since this is the second edition, because during the first edition, there were a lot of issues which came up. I mean, in terms of this quality production that I was talking about, people wearing tattoos, about
people
the level
didn't know
of
about it as
quality.
much.
I mean, promo was very low, and that aside too, most of the award winners didn't turn up to pick up their awards, and some of the artists themselves weren't there. I remember one artist was us on radio, and he pretended he's not aware of something like that.
Pretended, right?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a wake up call for them, and I think that I've looked at the ADU board, and I think they have learned some lessons from what happened last year, and with that of this year, we are going to see some improvement.
Okay, so I've asked this on other topics. Now with this, how do the gospel artists, not just them, the instrumentalists, and everyone in that space, how do we take advantage of this? And even those who are not in that space, how do we leverage? Because I've always said, it's one thing to have gold in your hands. Who are you selling it to? You know, what are you molding it into? What are you making out of it? What do you think we can do to even help push this more so?
I mean, what I'll tell the industry stakeholders is that they need to, appreciate what it stays. Like I said earlier, most of the award schemes limit to gospel. This is a scheme which has like many, slots for players in the industry. So it behoves the players to take active part in this to help in sustaining the scheme, because when the scheme is sustained, it means it will add value to the gospel industry, because awards play roles in artists' career. That is why every artist, serious artist of a sort, has a profile, and these profiles have this. We do include a chart topping in profiles, like his song top chart
here,
for
right?
this Billboard, this.
And
when Stonebwoy was signed on by Def Jam, they added some of these awards he's won. So it is important that stakeholders in the industry hold it in high esteem, so that at the end of the day, it will inure to the benefit of everybody who is part of the gospel music fraternity.
Nice one. Let's take advantage of stuff like this, because it's there, it's in your face. So it's either you take advantage of it or you let it go. Please send us messages at MX24GH on every single platform. What do you think about? I was going to say celebrities in general, but let's come here a bit, because this story has to do with two of my brothers here in Ghana. Using not necessarily your craft or your content to sell yourself, but negative stories, creating beefs on a general, from a holistic view. What do you think? Is it good?
Like stunts?
Stunts. Is it good for the creative? Can we sustain it to push a new project, to get stuff out? What do you think about stuff like that?
Coming from a PR perspective, I believe in stunts, because stunts have been used long over, in time immemorial. Stunts have been used. In marketing space, they use stunts, but it's about the kind of stunt they use. Like you said, there is a positive and a negative. And every stunt you want to use, there are some limitations you have to go, because the music you are doing is a job which needs spotlight. It needs attention for people to be able to pay attention to you. So you need certain things to create the vibe, to create the buzz, to create the noise and the aura around your craft. And it is the reason some musicians go into doing this stunts. However, if you cross those limitations, you can find yourself as even the wrong side of the law. An example was Shatawale's issue, where he said he's been shot and it landed him somewhere. It was a stunt gone bad. So some of these stunts, you need to even look at the laws, what the law says about the plan you've had. How can you fall foul of the law? That aside, there is the cocktail rule that you need to pay attention to. That comes with politics, religion. There is the child abuse aspect. And a whole lot of cocktail of issues. So you need
Things
to look
can
at
come
it.
Up, right?
Yes. How does this frown on the culture of the people? maybe you are in Accra, you do something, you will be free to go in Kumasi, but in Accra, this stunt may, frown on certain culture. How does it frown on religion? How does it frown on politics? Maybe a certain political opponent may take you on. You need to take into consideration all of this. When you weigh all of these options and you see that you don't fall within all of this, then it means you have every liberty to, go ahead with your stance. But I find it a little problematic when you do the stunt, you get the attention you want, and even when you have not exhausted the attention, you give yourself out. Like to say, the story like Chris Waddle's issue. When you've just started your radio interview, and you end it. PR-wise is unfortunate to say that it was intentional.
Or maybe Chris and his team got what they wanted. How about that? Maybe within a short space, you don't know what they want.
You and I in the industry know that they've not got what they want. Because what do they want? They want the song to be in the trends. They want the song to be banging on radio. It should be on rotation, on radio and TV. They want it to be on social media. And all of these things have been achieved. So it's like, to say premature something.
Okay, so we're going to get back to that story again, because I found it very funny when I saw what Chris said. But talking about creating stunts, right, and news before probably you release a project or anything of the sort, two things: distraction and expectation. That's what comes to my mind. Distraction in the sense that our minds, with the way social media is and with how quickly we're fed information, people are very easily distracted. I think I was reading somewhere, and I think our attention span is from 10 seconds to like 7 or 6 seconds right now, if I'm not mistaken. When you do these things, doesn't it distract away from what you're doing? Can't it get to that point? And again, expectation. Now, when you're releasing your next project, people want this again. People want these stories. People want this negative energy. People get used to it. People want you to fight before you release something. Can't these two things be worrying for creatives, as big as we want to be?
It can be worrying in some instances. It can be worrying when you do these things and you do not take into consideration some of the rules of the game. Like I said, maybe you fake something which can end you up at sales. You are in the sales and you are not able to go on with promotion, and you have a certain bad image which can even make you lose endorsement deals. With this, it will be worrying. But if you are playing safe within the game, and it's all about just mind game to get you the needed attention, and at the end of the day, your expectations are met. That one, as a way to phone what I say. But when you get yourself at the wrong side, and you are locked up, or it receives negative bashing from the people you want them to love your craft, then that is where I'll be worried.
But what if that's what your fans are used to? Like I'm saying, again, with expectation. They know you're a bad boy, they know, that's what you do. What if this is what people expect, because this is what we're used to? If you stop, can't it have an effect on the people you're speaking to? That's your fan base?
That comes into brand equity. Like you were saying, that's what people know you to be. If your brand is noted for a certain kind of habit, and you change your equity, people will find it difficult to accept until it takes some time. Like maybe some of these electronic companies, maybe you want a certain brand of phone, you don't get it, you will not buy. Now, the brand of phone you want, they have changed certain qualities about the brand. So you see that your interest is waning away. However, it will take a certain strategy for them to sustain you, that interest, to keep on using. So that is your brand equity. That is what your brand is known for, character trait. So if you shift from your equity, your fans will find it difficult until you are able to, speak to them in a way. A critical example Shatta Wale did was, there was an instance where he bashed people about, I mean, criticizing government and this and this, and they shouldn't expect too much from government. They should step on the street and go and do their work. They should forget about demonstration and others. It was that time people who were using, I mean, yellow DPs, his GOG album, were insulting him. People thought he was for the streets. That was what his brand stood for.
Okay.
But later, because of that utterance, they felt that he was with the elites or the top class.
So they felt left behind.
Yes.
Oh,
so they were insulting. However,
okay.
Satawale got engaged in series of Facebook posts, live videos, just to cut through with his points.
Wow.
But trying to, at a certain point, accept and say that, oh, I heard, but I think we can do it that way.
Smart.
To the extent that now the fans came to, I mean, accept what he has said. So it depends on you.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have to be
so this is what Chris Rado said. I mean, not too long ago, Chris Rado released some new music. And I thought, you know, as a fan, I thought he and Medical were beefing. And I sat here and said, I hope this isn't true.
As soon as I saw it,
you know, I was like, and I got a couple of messages. My friends were like, come on, Jason, this is not going to happen. Because these guys, so this is what he said. He, referring to Medical, has this free space to do what he's doing. So how can there be an issue? It was a publicity stunt. Publicity is expensive. If you go outside the country, they pay people to do these things for them. Even the big stars pay for these things. They call paparazzi for themselves and pretend as if they know nothing about it. So it's a normal thing. He carried on saying, the tweets were supposed to be out there before the pictures, and then the next day the song comes out, but it did not happen like that because Medical slept. that was the funniest part for me. Medical slept. It achieved its purpose, and that's why we're talking about it right now. So that's why I was saying maybe they got what they wanted.
No, I mean, this will kill it because after we discussed it today, that is all. But if I were to be part of their team,
you carry on with it.
I would have advised Chris Waddle and Medica not to give it out right now. Now we need to carry on with the momentum. So what will happen is that Chris Waddle will go for interviews, that conversation will come up, and he will try to explain it, but being conclusive, it will not end. He'll go on another interview, it will come up. Then when Chris Waddle's part is done, anytime Medical is also going out, that conversation will come. That conversation will come. Then when both of them see that it's dying down, they take the conversation to social media again and start other angles. Then it comes. Then later, they make it look like somebody has called both parties. They can even use Fela McCarthy to say that Fela has come in to call the truth. That one will also generate some news. You understand? So, like, it means you have a way to sustain this conversation.
Okay, Adam, let me ask you this. I get what you're saying perfectly. And I think I understand why teams do this. Not everyone will do it. But again, from a very holistic view, do you think we'll ever get to a point where people are just going to be like, shh,
so this quick one, this is like a quickie. Distance. Very, very quick.
They didn't go like
this. Quickie stand.
Okay. He's talking about eating food. That's what he's like, eating very quickly. But anyways, carrying on. Do you think it will get to a point where fans are going to be like, when they hear something, they're going to be like, I don't believe this.
I mean, this
will we ever get to that place?
We will not get there completely, but this is one of the reasons.
Because now celebrities are admitting it.
It's one of the reasons that you don't have to admit openly to say it was a stunt. Unless maybe you are writing a book or you've retired. I mean, some of these things can be very useful. Maybe you've stopped music and you are writing a book or a documentary. That is where you can come with the behind the scene and say that, oh, I mean, there was a point in my career I had it means that you can even cash in on this. There was a time in my career it appeared I was having a beef with Medica. That was a planned stunt we did, and there wasn't any beef. I mean, and you explained it. This will also earn you some kind of income after, I mean, you have retired from music. You understand? So, giving yourself out, you are, I mean, telling your fans or the music or the consuming public to also revise their notes when some of these things come up. And at the end of the day, it will not inure to
Do you think some fans might feel deceived?
They will not feel deceived, but at times, they will think that it's showbiz, it's part of the game. So what will happen is that when something comes, they will take their time before, accepting it.
Okay.
And by that, it might not help you get your attention through. So, they need to be very circumspect how they sell themselves out by saying, oh, it was a stand. They need to take their time. No one is, coming after them. They need to take
these things are very interesting. And now I was saying, even behind the scenes, how now when you hear anything, you're like, you don't know what's going on. Because before, you hear something, you go on social media, and even culture back in the day, 50 Cent in the game, guns were involved, Jay-Z and Nas come to Ghana. You never want to hear Sarkodie Manifest as a stunt, because we enjoyed it. The fans, imagine like 20 years down the line, you're telling your kids this and you're like, oh, Sarkodie Manifest, they were playing with us, So I think, again, like you're saying, the celebrity part of the culture needs to be circumspect.
As this part of our industry, we do not. Some do say it's because of money. Last time Stoneboy was saying that employing these qualified people like a correct publicist who has some background in PR or marketing, getting a stylist, getting this is expensive. So because of that, most artists do not employ the services of qualified people, but they get people in their team and assign them these roles. And if you are assigned this role, you can learn about it. We need to be professional about the various aspects of the music industry so that it can take us to the next level.
Yeah, there is something to learn. I'm not going to lie, these things it's quite exciting, It's not good when you hear people are going through stuff, but for a fan base, Charlie, these people are fighting. Oh, who's going to drop a punchline? But let's all. I think we're going to keep wondering how many stuff were planned in the span of the culture we've enjoyed, the music and everything else. But anyways, Adam, thank you so much for making time for us today. Is there anything you'd like to add in terms of maybe what you've been up to, anything big coming up in terms of events or what's happening?
For me, I think in terms of events, we're about to witness most of the diaspora awards, like the Ghana Music Awards, USA, Ghana Music Awards, France, Ghana Music Awards, UK, and Ghana Music Awards, Dubai. All I want to see is an improved production, which comes with, improved publicity, among other things. So it is my expectation for this year, because we need to take our diaspora awards to the next level so that we can be able to achieve that goal we've set for ourselves.
Nice one. Again, thank you so much. And we are hoping, I'm hoping this December is going to be lit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it seems like when I'm talking to all my friends in the UK and the US, there's so much expectation. I don't know if it's because I'm in Ghana, but it's like, especially with Ghana, it's like, Jay, I hope it's going to be lit. I hope we're going to have all these artists. But hopefully, as you're saying, we're going to see how it goes. And yourself and the whole show, we're going to cover it as much as possible. Please check out Adam and everything he's been up to, being behind the scenes more so we get more information with the stuff that's happening in the industry, the culture and everything else. Now, I have an artist I'm a very big fan of. First time I'm interviewing him. Quick commercial break. When we get back, I'll let you know who it is.
When we circle like we rebel, growing at it, we so swine man. At the backyard, we both and pass. Be that kid, making rhythm slaps. See how me attacking at your yard. Be a partner, hey, just please and say one over peace. When I like war, if I war, then I war. But we drop on the gun and pick up the air, my shine. Go for boy, we run them out. Send them come, we are go send them home. We are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. We are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. Bad we bad, we no crime roll and spliff and we dream bigger than the ocean. So my life, big up every girl to survive. Nothing can ease the pain, I high grade alone. And me prophesy, pray to them outside, never lose faith. Many people never made it. Many people never made it. We not too fresh, we ugly to the bone. Killer with a brand new coat, walking around throat. Bullet chop off your throat. I'm not Charlie Chaplin. Me no I can't fit you. Just and me say no. Ready anytime. I'm a just sharpening the road knife. That's how we life. Speed with the best in a midnight. Just please them say over peace. When I like why if I want and I want. Go we drop off the gun and pick up the MIC. Send them come, we are go send them home. We are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. We are go send them home. Send them come, we are go send them home. When we circle like we rebel, growing at it we so one yard man. At the backyard we both and pass. Be that kid making rhythm slaps. You be attacking at your yard. Be a partner.
Just like that, we're back, and that's the man I'm talking to. He's here, LaRusso. How you doing, man?
Bad, man.
Chad, I was telling you, I'm a big fan, you know?
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of what you're doing for the culture and for yourself, you know, as a human being, as an artist, and that's what I want us to talk about a bit. LaRusso, first, is that your real name?
Yeah, no.
Where did that name come from, LaRusso? Because I'm sure some of your fans might want to know.
Oh, LaRusso, it has no meaning, you know. Like, someone just gave it to me just like
wow.
that. Yeah, and it sounds like heavy.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool name. I mean, with a brand like Rolex, you know, the people creating Rolex, they just wanted like a very valuable upper echelon, and that's how the name Rolex came about.
I'm going to make it big.
Yeah, so there's a lot of value with creating. Yeah, you know. It's very good to have you here once again. Thank you so much for making time. And I was talking to you before we even came on here that I want to get to know you. I want your fans to get to know you. Before the music, you have a new single, new project, you're working, performing constantly. Tell us a bit about LaRusso, man. Who's this guy everyone is talking about?
My real name is Ridwan Abdurrafiu from Newtown, and I make music, I make dancehall music. I'm a versatile artist. Yeah. Like, I've put out a lot of songs out there that people...
They're vibing to, right?
So I'm just trying my best, like for people to know who I am, like to bring out more great music for people to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I like the way you mentioned Newtown in there. It's like you really represent your hood, you represent your people. Why do you think that's important? Because you know we all hear this thing when people blow, then they find their way out. But it seems like you are staying true to your fan base and the people you started with. Why is that so important to LaRusso?
Because that's the craft. People have to know like where you're coming from and where you're heading to.
Is there pressure on your shoulders when you have a whole community, a whole people behind you? Is there pressure on your shoulders?
No. There's no pressure. Like they have to support for you to know that you are doing something that people love it, for you to keep going.
Nice one. How long have you been making music?
I've been making music like for a long.
Yeah, because you're a young guy, and if you've been making music for a long time.
Yeah, I've even music that when I was young that...
You were recording music when you were young?
When I was young. I was performing stages, big stages, Stoneboys shows.
Wow.
So people
How did family receive you wanting to make music? Was it easy?
Back and forth too.
was it easy? Because I always say, you know, this part of the world, let's be honest. You know, every time when we say you want to rap, you want to make music, sometimes you want to present, you know, they always have usually a different direction for us, you know, the youth. And it's not a bad thing. You know, your parents want the best for you. How did you deal with that?
Like, they want to protect us, but they don't know, like, we know what we are doing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we know what we do. Like, we have a dream that we are chasing. We know it.
So when was that moment that, like, mommy and daddy and uncles and aunties, they knew that Charlie LaRusso has arrived? Was there a moment?
When I made a song with Stoneboy.
Okay, okay.
It was serious.
That's when the pressure's like,
man, like everybody accepted, like, hey, this boy is making music. Yeah. For then, I've been performing on stages. Like how I started, people were giving me courage and all that. Like they wanted me to put out more music. So from then, I was just putting out music and they were coming, like, so I have like my fan base that are supporting me. Nice one. It's very good to see and know that you stay true to your dream, because that's why we're here right now. That's why you're working on artists like Stoneboy and Manifest. Let's talk about dancehall.
would you say that's your genre, that's your stronghold?
For now, I don't say that too, because, you know, like, we want to make great music. Every artist want to make great music. And the genre that you make, that's going to stand out for you. But I feel like dancehall music is not getting that kind of attention.
Why do you think so, though? Why do you think so? Because, again, two of our biggest artists are dancehall artists, Stoneboy and Shatawale. We have artists like you. We have Episode. A lot of guys really pushing, you know, the culture in terms of dancehall. Why do you think dancehall is not as strong as before? And what do you think we can do to make it even stronger?
There are great music out there. Like, you see, those guys are making great music. So people are, like, opening ears to, like, sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that's why it's overtaking?
Yeah, that's why it's overtaking. And we have nothing to do. We are, at long last, it's just music. It's music.
Do you think it will be #1 again? Maybe? Hopefully?
I don't think so, because Sean Paul,
It might though.
Sean Paul, like him.
But it might. That's why we have artists like you, right?
Yeah, you never know. We'll go try small.
We'll go try.
Small.
But the thing is, you also dabble in other genres. You can do Afrobeats. I'm sure you can do R&B.
Everything,
you can sing for the ladies.
I follow with your vibe.
Does that come naturally to you, or are you doing it because you feel like now there's so many different types of fans that you have to feed? Why do you think more so you're doing all these other genres?
For now, I'm not thinking of my fans right now. Like, sorry to say that, I'm not thinking of that particular thing, but I have like my direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like when I get to that stage, like, I could connect to the world, and that's what I want. That's what I want to achieve for myself. Yeah.
It's very bold, you know, in the creative space to stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And it might sound easy to say, oh, stay true. Just do you. Just do you.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of memes out there. Be yourself. Be yourself.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're actually obeying that law or rule of being yourself. Is this how you've always been? Why do you think that's so important?
It's so important, you know, because music is art. If you make the best art, I think it's going to get to a lot of people.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Nice one. It's good to know. I'm sure you're inspiring a lot of young girls and boys out there, you know, to be like you. Let's talk more music. Charlie, you've got this new single out. Tell us about this single a bit.
Carolina.
Hey, is it a true story?
Biggest,
Yo, I just want to know, and I'm sure your fans want to know. Who's Carolina? What's going on?
I'll say this.
Oh,
it's going to bust everywhere. I'll have problems everywhere.
That's the thing. That's what we want. We want to know. Who's Carolina? What's going on? Is it a true story?
Carolina is my baby, man.
For real?
It's in love, man.
In real life?
For real.
In real life. Okay. In real life. That's your baby, right? Does she have a couple of sisters?
Oh, please. Let's not go too far.
We're going to share, but
low key.
But okay, tell us about the song.
The song is very, very great. It's doing great out there. Like, in just a week, I had like 200,000 plays. Yeah, that's why I'm like. So I think this time I have to stay right there. Yeah, because it's good music. People want to listen to, like, nice melodies and words, like, for them to understand. So that's the best way to preach for them to understand.
It is good music. When you're writing and making your music, I just want to know, is it, what inspires your writing process? Is it stuff that you see? Is it what people are going through? What inspires LaRusso the most, man?
I think I've been through a lot, so it's just in me, the inspiration.
What's been the most difficult part about this journey? I love to ask this question because I've always said, and I'm always going to say, we see artists, we see the flashiness, you know, looking good up in the street. But what's been the most difficult part about this journey for you so far?
Every corner is very, very difficult. Like, when I started making music, I didn't have the money to pay for this studio. Yeah, so I'm just grateful in this circle I am right now. Like, I can say I'm okay.
Charlie, for being so grateful, God bless you. Just for that alone, I have to shake you, man. God bless you. So, I think we should check out the music and come back and talk more about his future plans and everything. So, guys, enjoy some music from my brother right here, LaRusso.
on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I know love exists, still make my happy. Plenty love to share with me. Nobody else could do this, but I fuck things up. I know feel stop, cause I make things rough. I smoke up and I ghost in love, waiting soft. I fix I'm up to be my fault. Ooh, yeah, always you streak me on my Snapchat, finna tease me. Too much going on, I want more. This shit too addictive, I want more. How many times should I call your phone? How many times should I text? Carolina, I be dey follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Carolina, I be dey follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? You dey feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shy like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends they lie, say I'm bad. Maybe you dey feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shy like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends just they lie, say I'm bad. Show me love, don't show me what. Don't make me sad, turn me up. I no go fuck up. Although when I'm done. Caro, I swear, you alone they make I colo. Yeah, 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 you for life. I know if you do without you. During the night, I swear I really miss you. I'm not a player, me, I no go play you jackpot. I'm finna stay by your side. Carolina, I be dey follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Carolina, I be dey follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? You dey feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shy like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends they lie, say I'm bad. Maybe you dey feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shy like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends just they lie, say I'm bad. Money gone, money gone. We shine up, we dey turn up, we dey feel my vibe. Will you come to that? Will you ride with me?
You know I'm gonna find out who Carolina is, right?
Please, don't find
I have to find out who she is. Charlie, this song is doing so well. Are we going to get maybe an official video? Because this is like, or this is the official video, or this is just a little video?
No, this one is just a visualizer, lyrics visualizer. Okay. The video is coming out next week.
And moving forward, man, what's the plan? Are we going to get an album, an EP, more music? What's the plan for this year? Because we're halfway through already.
I think I already have an EP, so for now, yeah, I'm learning.
Okay, I like that.
Like this song that is out is doing great, so I just have to follow that dimension. So I need to learn more.
Nice one. I like that. It's all about learning. That's the best way to move forward. I just want to know, how are you dealing with all the fame right now? You know, being as big as you are, because again, I was going to ask that before you said you're learning, and that's a good thing. You know, it means that you know what you want and you're going for it. But how do you deal with staying humble, you know, and respectful, so to speak, and moving forward?
Me, I'm a quiet person, so it's just like I'm home, just minding my business. It's just normal like that.
Do you play FIFA?
Yeah, I play FIFA a lot, so it takes my time.
I'll pull up. Yeah. What team do you use? What team do you use?
Barcelona.
Okay. I'll pull up, and we're going to record and we're going to put it out.
Like you want to smash me.
I haven't lost the game in like 2 years. I'm looking for somebody, maybe.
The way you do that,
maybe you get close to my keeper. But yeah, we're going to be actually. Thank you so much for coming through. God bless you, and God bless your team. Do you want to say anything before you leave? Tell your fans something.
You don't put out new music.
Yeah, I haven't released new music in a year. You want us to work?
Yeah, we could wait, like.
Yeah. I was actually coming to release some new music, but we said it on there. We shoot a video and put it out after I win the FIFA game. So you have to let me win.
Quick.
But yeah, once again, man, do you want to say anything else before you leave us? Tell your fans something, man.
Yeah, anything you're doing, like just do it best and focus. If you really want to do it, just focus and do it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna take time, but for sure, it's gonna happen for you. And thank you, Stream Carolina, stream my music. We're taking this to international. Yeah, man, one love. Bless
nice
up.
one, man. He said everything. Yeah. Please support this young guy, you know, from being as humble as he is, saying that he's learning his plans and everything else. And hopefully I get to work with him. We're going to see how that goes. Please keep supporting him. The song's on all platforms, right? On every single platform. It's on YouTube.
LaRusso, Carolina.
Yeah, LaRusso, Carolina. Get it out there. Support him as much as possible. I come here and I say, let's support. The number one way is to buy the music. You know, buy the music, support the artists so they can continue to release better content. And here, myself and MX24, we're going to make sure we do our best to push these artists as much as possible. I'm going to be at the same time tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Until then, have a very wonderful day.
Cascades on it.
Yeah. If I know love exists, she make my happy. Plenty love she share with me. Nobody else could do this, but I fuck things up. I know feel stop, cause I make things rough. I smoke up and I ghost in love, waiting off. I fix I'm up to be my fault. Ooh, yeah. Always you streak me on my Snapchat, finna tease me. Too much going on, I want more. This shit too addictive, I want more. How many times should I call your phone? How many times should I text? Carolina, I be to follow you for a dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Carolina, I be to follow you for a dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? You feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shine like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends they lie, say I'm bad. Maybe you dey feel my vibe. When you see me, you dey shine like that. Why you dey do like that? Your friends just they lie, say I'm bad. Show me love, don't show me what. Don't make me sad, turn me up, I no go fuck up. Although, when I'm done, Caro, I swear, you alone they make I colo. Yeah, you for life, I know fit do without you. During the night, I swear I really miss you. I'm not a player, me, I no go play you jackpot. I'm finna stay by your side. Carolina, I be to follow you for a dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Carolina, I be to follow you for a dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover?
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market. Showing this on every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on MX24.